everyone, how are you today? I hope that you're having a really good day. My name's Taylor and thanks for clicking on this video. I'm here to show you my current skincare routine if you are interested, and we are going to do a get ready with me where I ramble on about things that are happening right now. So if you enjoy this content, do not forget to like this video, leave a comment below, and subscribe to my channel for more. I usually talk about the subjects of knitting and spinning here on my YouTube channel, but we're branching out a little bit. All right, let's get started. When I wear makeup, I do a two-step cleansing system. And I have actually found that by wearing makeup more frequently, I wash my face more regularly, twice a day, and that has helped me maintain better skin. So although makeup can kind of dry out your skin, I find that my skin has actually improved by wearing more products, but that's simply because I've been cleansing in the morning and at night. So when I wear makeup, I do a first step of cleansing with the Ordinary cleanser. This is a very affordable cleanser. I've really enjoyed this cleanser. It is very emollient-like. It just kind of blends oil and water together really well, so it just takes all your makeup straight off. But I do find that it'll leave a little bit behind, so I do prefer to follow up with a second cleanse. Now, if I am not wearing makeup, I'll just skip that step. But what I've been using lately is this cleanser by derma-e. I bought this on sale from Ulta with a buy one, get one 40% off, so they generally have good deals on quality skincare there. And this is the anti-wrinkle cleanser. I know I might not look 35 years old, but trying to maintain my on-wrinkle skin. This one had glycolic acid, so I thought it would be a good product for me at this time. So far, I'm really liking this product. It does lather, which is normally something I avoid in skincare cleansers because I find that products that lather really strip my skin. This one is sulfite free, which is important to me because it won't overstrip the skin. I did purchase a toner. This one is by Glow Recipe, and it's their PHA and BHA pore tightening toner. I don't know that this is very necessary. I do know that toners generally neutralize the pH balance of your skin. So I have been using this, but I haven't been seeing like any results of using it, with the exception of purging when I first started out with it. I was getting a little bit of acne here, but I don't know if that was because of my mask wearing and the like. So I've still been using it. I will use it till it's gone, but I probably won't buy this product again. I think that there are toners out there that are more affordable, but I like the smell. And since buying this, I've learned how sensitizing fragrances can be to your skin. They might not bother you while you're using it, but over time, that very mild agitation can kind of make your skin more sensitive. So I just apply it with my hands and rub it in nice and good. Now I have two moisturizers. The first I recommend most. It's the derma-e Advanced Peptides and Collagen Moisturizer. You can tell that I've gotten a lot of use out of this so far, and I really like this one a lot. It's very moisturizing. It will leave a little bit of shininess to your face. So if you're hoping to just put on a moisturizer and go on about your day, you might look a little shiny and feel like you need to do something to manage that. I've also purchased this moisturizer from a Korean skincare distribution website. I'll just link to this product below so that you can find it. You do pay shipping when you're purchasing from across the globe, so it's not the most cost-effective way of buying skincare. However, I wanted to try something that was recommended to me, and I gave it a go. I'm going to apply this moisturizer today because I believe it has dimethicone in it, and dimethicone is like a polymer that will kind of fill in your pores. It's generally in a lot of priming skincare products. So I try to apply my skincare in upward motions. And then I'll do a little bit of a lymph massage of the neck. Okay. I'm gonna give that a moment to dry. There are a lot of skincare experts out here on YouTube that know so much more than I do about any of these things, but they're products I've tried, and I would recommend trying them if you're interested in exploring new skincare options that are affordable. I'm going to get started with my foundation. I'm using a beauty blender that I bought from Ulta a long time ago. It's not my favorite, but my Morphe beauty blender has seen better days, and I'm just a little embarrassed to play with that on camera. I'm using the Ordinary foundation. This is the color 1.2N, and I just apply it to my beauty blender, and then I kind of spread it out on both sides of the face. I start with my cheeks. I try not to get too close to the eye when applying my foundation because I want to cover that area with concealer. I usually only need 2 pumps for my whole face with this product, but this beauty blender is picking up a lot of that product, so I might go in with a little extra today. I used to apply my foundation and BB creams to my skin with my fingertips, and to be honest with you, it is a method I personally prefer because it doesn't waste any product whatsoever. When you're applying it with your fingertips, you're just spreading it out. The downside to that is you do get streakiness. So if you were wanting to conserve the product, you could apply it first with your fingertips and then just pat your skin with that beauty blender to even it out. So this coverage is maybe a little more sheer than it is full, so I'd give it a true medium coverage. I'm going to go in with concealer. I do use 2 concealer products. One because I bought a shade that is way too light for me, but it is a quality product, so I'm not going to waste it. And I just apply it to the inside just a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape, which pretty much matches my skin perfectly, so it's not super brightening, and I blend it with that other product that I've purchased that's way too light. And I'm going to just tap these 2 colors together to blend. Back and forth across the bottom, and then onto the eyelid. I'm not an eyeshadow queen, so I just prime my lids with concealer. I don't go out of my way to find a primer for my eyelids. I have a scar underneath my eye where I was bit in the face by a dog. I don't know if you can see it, but sometimes I have to push the product into it there, right at the corner of my eye. And I don't know if it's because of that or not, but I tend to leak from my eyes, if not both. That one especially. All right, eyes are looking bright. Then I'll just pat the excess product into the areas that are more forward on the face. So I brightened up the under eye area, and I'm going to brighten kind of the center of the face a little bit. I don't like to wear a lot of product, so I just apply it where I want it most, and then I spread it out and blend it out to the other areas. Now I have an area of my nose where I always double check my work. You can see right here there's this pore at that crease. There's a few pores there that kind of just never get the product pressed into them. So I'm going to go back into that area in particular and really press some product into the pores there. Now when I'm not drinking enough water, someone pointed this out to me in a previous episode. I complained about the dry skin on the top of my nose, and they were 100% right when they said I need to drink more water, because I started drinking more water it went away. My skin was great. And then I went back to work and had to wear a mask for 8 hours a day. And that made it really hard to drink enough water every day. So trying to maintain my hydration better. All right. We're doing good so far. I use a contouring powder palette by Smashbox. This is one that Bailey Sarian uses all the time in her videos, so I purchased this based on her recommendation. I'm going to apply this with one of these brushes. I bought a set on Amazon. I don't know that I recommend anyone buy anything on Amazon unless they have to, but it was a really good price for the amount of brushes that I got. When you do a contour of your face, you want to go with a more cool brown for the areas you're trying to sink, and then a warmer brown to give it more dimension and kind of bronze up the face a little bit to make you look more sun-kissed, kind of blend the light and the dark together. So I'm going to go in first with this cool brown, tap off the excess there. And then I'm going to start just above the ear and stipple this in. Now I go heavy on the contour and then I blend it out. So I might look a little strange adding a ton of this to the face. I do find that my makeup looks more extreme in real life than it does on camera. So I'm going crazy with the contour for this video. I try not to put it too far into my face because I find like it just makes a mess of it. So I'm just following a straight line from the top of my ear to the corner of my mouth. And I'm trying not to put it lower, I'm trying to keep it a little high up on the cheekbone, right at the edge of that cheekbone. Again, I do it a little crazy at the beginning. I'm going to blend it, don't worry. I'm going to do the other side, starting at the top of the ear, stippling it in, working towards the corner of the mouth. You see how I did a good job keeping the product kind of right here on the edge of the cheekbone, and then on this side I accidentally brought it down a little low and it looks weird. So we're just going to try to blend that out when we get to setting the face later. When you wear your contour too low, it kind of looks like a beard on the face. So you want to try to not apply it as much as I did here. Keep it kind of higher up on the face. Okay, I'm doing my best. I'm going to apply that bronzer to my face right above where I put the contour. That side looks crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm going to do a little bit of both colors and hit beneath the chin. Oops, it's a lot of product. I'm just flicking it out. I'm just emphasizing the shadow of my jaw. And kind of bring it around the corner there and then blend it down. See how defined the jaw looks now? I mean, I'll blend it out some too. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm going to bronze this area of the forehead so that my face just looks a little less flat in color and a little more natural skin. The sun kind of hits us higher on the face, so mimic that touch of color from the sun. I'm going to apply a little bit of blush. I'm going to try to be conservative with my blush. I'm using a palette I bought by Bobbi Brown. This is like the only blush I own. I'm going to go in with the lighter color today. Maybe I'll mix them a little bit. Tap off that excess. And then I'm just going to hit my cheeks and then blend it into the contour. Okay, now I'm gonna soften the look by blending it out. So I'm just gonna start with a tiny bit of my MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus. This is the NC20 color. This powder is very heavy in its coverage, so I'm gonna just put a little bit of this product on my brush. I'm gonna tap it off, and I'm gonna start in the area that I want to soften most. I'm just going over this contour a little. Because the MAC Studio Finish NC20 powder is my skin tone and I want to keep my under eye nice and bright, I am going to go in with a different setting powder for underneath the eye. This is one that I got in an Ipsy bag. It's made by Ciate London. I don't know how to say their brand name, but it's very bright and a little bit shiny. It has a little bit of a shimmer to it, kind of luminosity. So I like this one underneath the eyes. I'm just gonna set that concealer that I placed. You can see it's a little reflective. So I just use it around the eye. All right. I'm going to move on to my brows. I've been using the Urban Decay Brow Blade. This is a product that has kind of a paintbrush tip and a pencil tip. I'm not sure what mood I am today. I think I'm going to be bold and go with the paintbrush. Now, I like to start kind of in the middle where I don't mind it being a little too dark, where I can kind of blend the dark area of my natural brow and the area that needs a little bit more filling in. This product goes on very warm and then it dries down to be more cool. So if you were, I don't know if it translates on camera, but if you were looking in the mirror with me now, you would see that my hair is not the color of my brow. My brow is like auburn. But once this product dries down, it'll be matchy. So I have a hard time getting the front of my brow exactly right. So what I do is just kind of find an empty spot and flick it in the direction of my brow. And then with this product, I kind of stamp it in with my finger just to remove excess product so that it doesn't look too fake. Okay, brows are done. I think that they match. Can't quite tell. I'm gonna add a little bit of highlighter. This is by ColourPop. I really love this highlighter. The color is Flexitarian. It is their Super Shock Cheek Pearlized highlighter. I apply this with my fingertip. I just do a little circle and then I apply it like this, exactly where I want it, right on the cheekbone. So use one finger to apply and a second finger to blend the edges. I try not to let my highlighter overlap the contour because the contour is what you want to fall back and the highlighter is what you want to bring forward. So when they're mixed together, it's a hot mess. It looks not great. So blend. Almost done. I'm going to apply my new favorite eyeshadow, one that I got in the same Ipsy bag that I signed up for the very first time because I wanted Bailey Sarian's eyeshadow palette. I don't wear eyeshadow all that much, so I'm just doing one thing with this palette these days, and that is I'm gonna first put the excess highlighter at the corner of my eyes, and then I'm gonna go in with a clean finger to this gold color, and I just stamp that gold into my entire lid for a single color full lid look. This is something that I feel like is not super ordinary. A lot of people these days are doing really intricate and beautiful eye color looks, but because I don't really have a ton of confidence in that skill, I'm really enjoying just being a little silly and applying just straight up gold to my whole lid. It looks a little strange with the silver sparkle in the corner, but I don't hate it. I feel like I like this gold look better when I don't stamp the highlighter at the corner of my eye, because I think what makes the whole look appealing is just how bold it is standing on its own. So I don't know if that highlighter adds to this look, to be honest with you. Are you still with me here? Is this, I don't know. Oh, I got a ton of eyeshadow under my eye. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna finish up my eyes with a little bit of Bobbi Brown, what do they call this? Long wear gel eyeliner. It comes with this nice little brush, and I just start with the brush at the corner. And then I'll draw it in tight against that lash line. I feel like this product in particular is actually easier to work before I apply eyeshadow, because I have a bunch of gold glitter in my eyeliner pot now. I'm a little upset with myself that I didn't draw this line a bit tighter to the eyeline, because I have a very hooded eyelid. So when my eyes are just looking straight forward, there's this overlap of my eyelid, and any eyeliner I put on my face will print, it will stamp itself to my upper lid. Like if I look down, I'm gonna end up with this like black line in my crease. So I usually don't draw a line this thick. So today and tomorrow are going to be my last 2 days working at the company that I've been a part of for over 7 years. The company originally was bought out 5 years ago by a private equity firm, and they thought that they could combine profitable yoga studios across the nation under one brand with one name and one identity. And it turns out that that doesn't really work so well. Yoga communities have their own unique identity that is kind of defined by the community that participates, the teachers that are a part of it, who have founded it and formed it. And in the time that I spent with this company, I learned again and again and again that it seemed they didn't particularly value the unique qualities of each individual community. It always was a matter of falling in line with the brand. In the time that I spent there, there was always things to improve upon. And it seemed like my effort never really had a huge impact when it came to working with those above me in the company. It almost felt like they wanted me to just simply perform for them, but they were not receptive to how the company could better perform within its community. So I really struggled with that when I was the district manager. And at the same time, I started experiencing health problems, and I was seeking medical treatment for those health problems. And in that process, I had to go on a few different medications, and some of those medications had really negative side effects, like so bad that it was, I could sense it was beginning to affect how I approach my job, and I needed to pull back from the amount of stress and anxiety that that position was causing me at that time. So I tried to find a new job, and I took one, and I left the company as a district manager for 2 weeks. I stayed on as an employee, as a teacher. I continued to teach weekly classes in that 2-week period. And then in that same 2-week period, one of the studio managers left for a new opportunity, and I told the new district manager that I would really be interested in taking on the studio manager role. So I was very lucky for that opportunity, and I was so grateful to work once again with this company that I had served for several years already. I knew the job really well. I had performed the studio manager job for many, many years before I was district manager. And so I was really happy to return back to something that I knew wasn't a total scam, which is what I fell for when I worked for 2 weeks for another company. And that's been the last year of my life, is giving all of my energy to this brand that doesn't really value the energy of our community, it seemed, because it was always feeding other regions. As a national organization, all of the money that we brought into them through Baltimore never seemed to be staying in Baltimore. They were never investing in the Baltimore studios at all. I mean, there were bathrooms that had holes in the wall that I personally spackled and painted if I had the paint. But if I didn't have the paint, I tell you what, those holes are still spackled. They ain't got no paint on them. Anyway, I'm a little bitter. I'm a little bitter because they're closing the studio now, and I'm not surprised that a big yoga studio chain is closing all of its locations right now, but I do think that they would maybe have enough money to give some form of severance to its former employees. I was given 1 week notice on Friday that I no longer had a job, and it turns out that that same Monday I actually turned down a job offer to work as a COVID tracer because I was returned back to the studio to reopen it in June. So I've reopened a studio during a pandemic for these people invested in this brand, and I put my life at risk to continue their financial interests, which was an even trade because I was making a salary, and I asked, I was asked if I wanted to do it, and I said I would. But for them to just offer me nothing after 5.5 years of working for their brand, and years before that, establishing myself in this community, I just feel so slighted. Like, I can't believe they'd offer no severance to me. And the reason behind it is that it's because I left as district manager over a year ago, which doesn't make sense to me because any studio manager that was hired a year ago who never served years before that would get a severance, but I don't, because I left a position that I couldn't fulfill because of my health. And most of all, I just feel upset that I trusted them and that I believed they would take care of its employees. And it's clear now that they won't and never really did. And I was blind to so many other people's issues with the company over the years I was there. I just feel dumb that I just feel dumb, and I'm not dumb. I am not dumb. I just feel like I got out of this weird abusive relationship, which is not unfamiliar to me. And it's just like going through that all over again, and the doubt and anxiety and fear and frustration are some of the feelings I've been feeling. And I'm just trying to overcome that grief because it's been a huge transition this week, realizing that I don't have a job anymore. Normally, I apply my chapstick in the beginning of my routine, and I didn't do that. Any chapstick with beeswax is a damn good chapstick. Can you see the sweat on my upper lip? So good. Okay. I usually forget to do a setting spray. We're going to do a little setting spray. So that is how I do my makeup. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you want to wear it? I just needed to catch up with you guys and let you know what's going on with my life because it's stressful, and I try to keep this platform a place of positivity and uplifting. And I feel like when I go out of my way to be cheerful and excited, it really gets me excited and cheerful. Like it's a little bit of a fake it till you make it, where I sit down and I kind of shut the door on everything going on and I simply focus on the things that bring me joy, and sharing that with you guys and seeing your feedback and that you're even watching. It's so exciting to me. Like it's really one of the brightest spots of my life right now. And I'm lucky that I'm able to capitalize on this venture. It is something that I've put years of my time and attention into, building this channel, and I've finally monetized, which is new. And I feel like I've reached that threshold where maybe I'll get my first YouTube check, which would be a real sense of comfort right now to me, knowing I just have a little bit of residual income on the way. So if you know, you're not bothered by the ads on my channel, I know some people dropped off watching because of the ads on my channel. They've been around for a while, but I just want to personally thank you for your patience in watching those ads, as they are helping me continue this effort. It's not the reason I record content for YouTube, but it is an alternative motivation in a sense, because I'm building something bigger than just myself, and I'm helping to form a community around things like knitting and spinning, maybe even normalizing these crafts and skills, helping more and more people stay inspired to continue what they've started on their own, and just help cheer them on in that process. So I know that this video is not on the subjects of knitting and spinning, but I did want to just share with you a little bit about me and how I care for my face and how I put it on for these YouTube videos that I'm recording. I do put a full face of makeup on when I record. It's not my natural skin. So if you're wondering how it looks the way it does, I just showed you exactly how. So maybe that is interesting to you. Maybe it's not. Maybe I lost some of you a long time ago when this video started. But if you've made it to the end of this episode, I want to thank you so much for being here. You do not know how much it means to me to see that you guys are watching and subscribed and commenting in my videos. It means so much to me that you are here, and I want to thank you so much. I hope that you have a wonderful day and that you take care.